my new headphones, y'all. I'm always losing or breaking my headphones, and my wife is sick of me. So I think this is like my fifth or sixth pair, but these are Sony. I got them from Amazon. I think I paid like $63. So far, so good, and it even comes with an app. So I'm excited about these. I love headphones because let me take this off so I can like hear y'all. I'm trying not to be too loud because it is the butt crack of dawn. It's like 6 a.m. and my bedroom is literally right here, and my wife is still asleep. But I love headphones because it like muffles out all the noise around me. Um, Sometimes I have it up loud, but I'm still like alert and paying attention to my surroundings. But I love me a good pair of headphones, and I wish that when I was a kid, um, I knew that that was such a thing to just walk around with headphones, because it definitely would have helped a lot of things. Well, I'm happy I have them now. So I'm sitting outside on my patio, and I'm just like listening to nature. And ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be able to do that, and I manifested that for myself. um, I'm just sitting outside and I'm taking in nature and I'm listening to the birds. And I used to run an after school program in a summer camp. And we would take the kids up to camp. I worked with the Boy Scouts. Initially, when I got out of college, that was my first job working with the Boy Scouts. And I was with them for about 3 or 4 years as a Scout Reach executive. So basically, I was the black one that went into the underserved communities. And come on, sign up for Boy Scouts. But yeah, I was able to go into my community and work with the kids and get them up to camp for free for 5 days. And when we would take the kids up there, um, because we come from the city, we're used to like street lights and all of that, and you're used to like all this noise, which is it's designed that way. You hear sirens all the time, you hear dogs barking, all of that. But when we would take them up to camp, they wouldn't hear any of that. Like, and the kids were scared, and it would get like pitch black dark, and like the only thing you could see was the stars. And so I would tell my babies like I would walk around and like check them in their tents, and they would be like, "Miss, I'm so scared, I'm so scared." And I was like, "It's nothing to be scared of. You in nature." Now we did see a bee about a dumpster, and we had to slowly back away with the church finger, but outside of that, we saw deers and just all different types of birds and all different types of insects. And I was telling my babies, like, take this in. Like, it's beautiful to see. And then when we would, like, just go on regular trips and we would go to affluent neighborhoods, like, they'll be looking out the window. And I used to be like, what do you guys see when you look out the window? And they'll be pointing out everything. Oh, big houses and driveways and all that. And then I used to be like to them, but do you see any trash on the ground? And they would look like, no, miss. Right. Because they take care of their community, and you should do the same. Don't be a follower and throw shit on the ground, throw sunflower seeds on the ground because you see other people doing that. Like, take care of your community. When you take care of your community, then I feel like I'm finna tell a lie. Because, oh, guys, a hummingbird. Oh, God, a hummingbird. I could barely see it because I don't have on my glasses or contacts, but it definitely was a hummingbird. I think I gotta change my nectar. It's been sitting here for a minute. I'm gonna change that nectar. But let me show y'all real quick and I'm gonna go back to my story. Look at that. I have a hummingbird feeder. Oh, I love it. But yeah, see, I built this life for myself, and I wanted my students to feel the same way. But anyway, I would tell them, like, don't litter. I don't care what other people do. Take care of your community. I was about to say, because the officials then will care. They really don't. They don't care about those areas. But you got to take care of your community because you know that they don't. So, yeah, y'all look, y'all look, y'all look, y'all look. Dang it. They flew away. Maybe they don't like being recorded. Damn it. But that was so beautiful. Oh, I was so excited about that. But wait, what's going on? Okay. I don't really know how to work technology, like these phones. I don't know how to work all this savvy stuff. But I'm sitting outside in nature and I'm taking nature in. I'm taking in like I work so hard, like we here, and I don't have to like be like afraid anymore. For a very long time, I was afraid. Now, when I came into this world, I was very sure of myself, and I know that that used to like make my mom uncomfortable and make the other women in my family, because I come from a family full of women, and made a lot of them uncomfortable. Now, some of my male cousins, they were kind and they let me be exactly who I thought I was. But like my aunts, maybe like two of my aunts, like no, three. It actually was my mom at that time. Like she just, she knew how to let me be great, and she was really mean to me. I think she was just projecting a lot of the shit that she went through in her life, and she projected it onto me. But anyway, it made me shrink into a shell of myself, and I was afraid to talk. And I kept attracting that same spirit. Oh, there's another one. I'm gonna let him be great though. Go ahead, drink your nectar. I kept attracting those same spirits. So I had like all these different friends that I realized, you know, after sitting with in my quietness, getting out of the city, I realized that a lot of my friends didn't like to see me like be myself. Like I had to play docile around certain friends, and it was always those friends that were like the bully of the group. They was always those friends that was like hurting deeply inside, and they was projecting it onto people. They didn't like something about themselves. And for me, like I don't care if people make fun of me. I wore whatever I wanted, and I don't even want to say, I just know how to articulate myself, right? I will say that like my mom made sure that I was in environments where I was exposed to different cultures and stuff like that, because she didn't get that opportunity. Because my grandmother moved around a lot. It was 8 of them. And my granddad was working through some demons. So they moved around a lot. But, you know, those friends, they just, they didn't like that I was like that. Like they didn't like that I was myself. And then when I was working at the job for 12 years, working at this job, my bosses, one of them is a female, and she made things very difficult for me. And at first I wasn't gonna really like speak on it. Like I've been talking about the shit that I've been going through at work, but I really wouldn't say what the gender was. But I was working under a female for a long time, and she was not nice to me. Like she was not nice to me. And I feel like she was not nice to me like a lot of females wasn't nice to me, because I was being exactly who I thought I was. And even though my mom was like very judgmental, like I remember when I was turned 21 years old, I called my mother and I was like, Mommy, I'm having a drink. Y'all, it was an apple martini from Applebee's. And I just remember my mom being like, get yourself together. You just like your father. Mind y'all, I did not call my mother drunk or nothing out of my mind. I done had nights like that. But that was just my first time being excited to have a drink. And I thought that my mom and I had that type of relationship, because growing up, she placed me in the responsibility of being a co-parent slash her bestie. So there was no boundaries with neither one of my parents. So I called my mom, tell her that I'm having a drink. Get yourself together. You just like your father. Now, mind you, I have a brother, and my brother used to drink like my grandfather, like my father, and it was okay. And you know what my mom said to me one day? Because I asked her, I was like, why you never say nothing to my brother? She was like, because he a man. Then one time she called me, okay, Miss I Am Woman, hear me roar. Like my mom don't really fuck with me like that. Like she don't. I think my mom loves me, but she don't know how to love me, and that's a different thing. Like I think she just loved me because she's my, like she knows that she probably should, because she's my mom. But my mom, like I am everything that she wanted to be, and because she feel like she can't be that, she despises it. She doesn't see me as a lesson. Like I see her as a lesson, and I'm learning so many lessons, but she's stuck and she can't see me. But that spirit of my mom, like I met that spirit in so many women. And like my mom, I kept trying to like be nice and tiptoe around their feelings and make things comfortable for them, but they're making shit uncomfortable for me. Absolutely not. I bust my ass to get in this space that I'm in. I done fought so many spiritual battles, like, and I didn't even know I had, like, I know I had that dog in me in the physical, but when I had to go through a lot of spiritual warfare, like, within the last, like, 2 years, what I really was conscious of, that dog is in me. Warrior spirit. And I'm still learning to take that in, because I was raised around people that didn't want me to celebrate myself too much, but I always had to celebrate them. So my energy was constantly tugged on. And just starting to lean into spirituality more, because I'm gonna tell you something, I used to go to church with my grandma from the age of 8 to the age of 14. I went to church maybe 15 with my grandmother, and I went religiously. Like, all of us went, but I went. Like, it was always me and my grandmother. But I promise y'all, I can't tell y'all nothing about church. I can tell you the songs, because I love music and I love singing. I can tell you the songs, but I can't tell you nothing about no scripture. Nothing. And I was baptized and everything. Whole Bible. When you get baptized, you will get a complimentary Bible. I was baptized in 1994. It was the same day that they debuted Michael Jackson's Remember the Time video. I remember because after church, we went to my aunt's house to have Sunday dinner, and they premiered the video. Went to church with my grandmother every Sunday to the age of 15 years old, and cannot tell you shit about church or scripture. Leaned into spirituality. And because I leaned into spirituality, what was my point? I forgot, because I was telling y'all something. There's a reason how I got there. But my point is, I have always marched to the beat of my own drum. And women that were afraid to do that, they did not like me, and they projected onto me. And men that knew that I marched to the beat of my own drum, like, they was either drawn to that or they wanted to break me. The field that I work in, I done been around so many different men, and some gravitated to me for help, and then there was some that hated me because it was like, she's exactly who she thinks she is. That's a wound. But I could read them, and I always made them uncomfortable. One client, right, I had tied my hair like platinum blonde, and he came in and he was looking for some stuff. And so I was going through the bins, because the department that I work in the reentry space. I run the reentry department. Let me pop your shit, girl. Don't play in your own face. I run the reentry department, right? And so I work with individuals who are justice involved. They have been incarcerated at some point, and they come to us looking for documentation, because sometimes they're released and they don't have documentation. So provide them with documentation. We provide them with housing, food, everything that we can help them with, jobs, everything that we can help them with, we help them with. So a lot of our clients come in and they look for clothes. And so one of my clients was looking for some clothes, and I was helping him go through it, right? So I had just dyed my hair platinum blonde. It's just me and him in the room, and then there's other people in our main in our front office, but it was just me and him in my office. So he says, like, and not even with his mouth, I'm bending down, and I'm like digging in the bins looking for his stuff, looking for some clothes for him. And he goes, "That's too loud, talking about my hair." And I looked up at him, and he was like, because he didn't say it with his mouth, he got his stuff. He was like, "All right, sister." I didn't see him for months. I didn't see him for months. For months, I didn't see him. For months, he avoided me. He avoided me. But I'm saying all that to say, because I know I be everywhere when I be talking. But I love it. I love talking, and I love being everywhere. I'm gonna get y'all to the final destination. But I'm just saying all that to say, I'm sitting on my balcony listening to nature, watching hummingbirds. I have a hummingbird feeder. Let me show y'all. Like, this is what I've always wanted to do. I got to work on that. I don't know if it's dead yet. I'm gonna try to put some plants and maybe bring it back to life. I like to hold on to shit. I get that from my grandmama on my daddy's side. But like, and I'm gonna try that one too. I got this one for $13, and that was for $7 at the shop right in my town. And that's another thing. Like, I love the fact that, the shop right in my town is like, their food is bleh, but because of the seasoning, you gotta put some seasoning on my food, but everything else is beautiful. But look, this is the life that I envisioned for myself when I was younger. And I remember dating dudes when I would say, like, I'm getting out of this town. They'd be like, "Oh, you think you better?" I didn't say that. But I know this ain't the wave. I don't think I'm better, but I want better. And I busted my ass to get better. And it's so beautiful. I met my wife in Louisiana, and I wonder if I've had roots in Louisiana. If I have roots, I should say, my family, or if in the past life I lived in Louisiana, because I think that place is so magical. And it was two places I ever wanted to go to in my life: Louisiana, New Orleans, more specifically. And Paris, and I was able to go to both places. My childhood best friend got married in Paris, and I always wanted to go to Paris, and it was beautiful. It was a beautiful experience. And I want to go to New Orleans, and I went to New Orleans on a girls trip, and I met my wife. And the person that I went on the trip with, we're not even friends no more, because that person, I'm gonna just say what it is. She was comfortable, you know, with me she felt more comfortable when I operated in my sickness. So when I was like drinking real heavy, because I was dealing with postpartum, she had been my friend for quite some time, and we saw each other do a lot of things. But there was a period of time when I had my son that I was drinking like really, really bad, because his father just wasn't shit. And she would show up for me, she would be my friend, but I think that deep down inside, and my cousin brought this to my attention, she said, when I told her, I said, yeah, we're not friends no more. I tried, but when you got them gifts, and you know when somebody really don't fuck with you like that, they can smile in your face all they want to, but and I knew she didn't really fuck with me like that, and anymore. I don't know if she ever did, or maybe she was conflicted, because I feel like a lot of women that wanted to be my friend, like they was trying to use me, but then it was like, and they like, damn, like, but she mad cool, like, she not who I think she is. Because people think when you look a certain way that you're like, that you're that way, that the category they place you in. And I can tell you, when I met my wife, like, because of the way my wife looked, I thought she was one of them type of studs that was very toxic, and she wasn't. And I was attracted to that. When I first met my wife, that's why I was attracted to this idea that I created in my head, that she was one of them toxic studs, because the way she looked good. I'm like, oh, she a toxic stud, and I like that, because that's the space I was in back then. Nothing like that. Because the Most High said, now, you ain't tired of suffering? Like, I feel like that's a kink. Like, I feel like suffering might be a kink for me, and I just don't remember I picked that before I reincarnated. But yeah, my wife wasn't on that type of time, and I'm so happy she wasn't. But going back to that friend, we weren't friends anymore, and I realized, like, oh, sorry, y'all, I'm all over the place. I'm gonna edit some of this out. But I just remember that friend. I was telling my cousin about that friend, and she was like, you wanna know some real shit? Because I come from a family of spiritual people. She was like, spiritually gifted, I should say. Very, very gifted. She was like, I knew that wasn't gonna last. Because she gave off that she wants your life. Because the way that you live in it, you're not living it right according to her. And if she was you, she would be doing way more shit than what you're doing. She obviously said it better than that, but that was, well, y'all wouldn't know that she obviously said it better than that. She did say it better than that, but I'm paraphrasing, because I can't remember the exact words, but that was the gist of it. I knew that friendship wasn't gonna last, because I could look at that girl and tell that she didn't really fuck with you like that. She fucked with you because of the benefits that came from fucking with you. So now here I am with a few friends, and they're friends that I grew up with, like my friend from second grade, a few friends that I met at work. I could tell you it's only one friend that I met at work out of all the friends I had that I met at work that's still solid, and they still my girl. But yeah, I'm so happy that I am healing, I should say, and working through all of that, because I had to learn valuable lessons that a lot of people are users. They really are. And I'm a lover girl, and I like to get deep with people. But it's hard, because I understand that they can't handle my depth in a way that I can handle theirs. So, but my wife, she does. She said, you're an ocean. You're an ocean. And a lot of people look at me and think that I'm a shallow, some shallow water.